Hey, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to a new video. Today, I wanted to test a soft spoken video mixed with whispers. Some of you have requested this type of video before, but I guess I have always focused on whispers. So I was a little afraid that you might not like my soft-spoken voice. So this will be a test just to see what you think and if you can relax the same way that you usually relax with my whispers. So for today's video, I was thinking that we could just spend some time together. Just try and relax. Especially if you had a bad day or just a very heavy day in general. I always feel like you need a little pick me up. Just some company to, I don't know, help you go to sleep. So, we are gonna be doing some breathing exercises. I'll be repeating some words, some affirmations that hopefully can help you. And maybe this will be good for you to be able to have a little moment where you can just be yourself, just exist, and realize that it is okay for you to rest. So, I want you to start by looking around. Ask yourself if you are in a safe place, somewhere where you feel like it is okay to relax. Take this moment and notice everything that's around you. Maybe if you're in your room, make visual space for all of the little things that surround you. We will be doing this exercise where we will focus on 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different things that we can see, 5 different things that we can hear, and 5 different things that we can feel. This is usually a very grounding exercise. It is very helpful to calm your nervous system, and especially if you are like me and you tend to get a little bit of anxiety around the time when you're supposed to go to sleep. I feel like this kind of exercise will be very helpful and help you in a way that your body can feel safe. I didn't know about this exercise until about 3 years ago, 4. I had heard about it, but I had never tried it properly, and I feel like it can definitely distract your mind and bring you back to the present moment. And it just makes you feel like you're okay. So let's start by making sure that you are comfortable. That's probably one of the most important things. Because if there's something causing you any sort of discomfort, then you won't be able to fully immerse yourself in this video and fall asleep. So make yourself comfortable. As I always say, maybe grab a pillow or a blanket. If it's too hot, then no blanket. But make sure that you are 100% comfortable, physically at least. Hopefully, in terms of how you feel, your mood will improve throughout the video. I'm gonna give you a little time. Okay. If that wasn't enough time for you, then feel free to stop this video and do whatever you need to do. for you to feel comfortable, okay? We're gonna start our exercise by noticing 5 things that you can see. And by noticing, I mean take your time to pick something that kinda calls you. It doesn't need to be something to overthink, but I want you to make sure you are actually looking around and actually seeing what are the things in your environment, and randomly allow your brain to pick these items. And you're gonna notice these items. How do they look? What's their color? Maybe they have a interesting or funny shape. Don't worry if you are struggling to start this exercise. I'm gonna do it with you. Okay, so I will be telling you about my items, and you can pick yours at your own pace. This is just an example so that you can understand how you can do this on your own. So I'm looking around, and I obviously have a lot of filming equipment around me, but I wanted to focus on everything else. So I'm gonna be looking past the filming equipment, and these items might be a little funny because most of them aren't mine. If you don't know this, I film in my brother's bedroom. So these are his things. But I do believe that this is actually a good example because anxiety doesn't really choose when it shows up. And sometimes you are not in a safe space. Sometimes you are not in your own space. And that's okay because these items don't need to mean something to you. So, the first item that I'm looking at is a dream catcher. It is a very pretty dream catcher. It is in this direction, as you can see me looking that way. And it is mostly black. It has a round part at the very top with sort of like a crochet center, and then going down there are feathers, black feathers with black beads. It is just very, very still at the moment, and it looks so peaceful. I like that. That's the first item that caught my attention. You can let me know which one was your first item. The second item that I'm gonna pick is there's a lot of pop culture and anime around me, so I'm trying to pick something. There is a Dragon Ball statue. It's a blue Super Saiyan Dragon Ball, I believe. And it is just a very cool statue that we actually gifted my brother last Christmas. That is my second item. The third item is a makeup brush. This one is mine. And it's just sitting here on the table. It's just a black brush. A really simple one. And then fourth item is another statue. But it's a miniature Deadpool. He is just sitting on the shelf reading. It is very cute. And my last item is let me look around. It's funny because there are 3 or 4 Deadpool statues around this part of the bedroom, so it's all I could see. But I'm gonna pick some headphones that are just hanging on a hook. They are white and black, and there's a cable going all the way down to the desk and connecting to a computer. So those are my 5 items. Whenever you are stressed, you can redirect your mind by noticing things that are around you. Next, we'll be doing 5 things that we can hear, which, I'm gonna be honest, I might not be able to do this one, but you try it. There's not a lot of noise here at the moment, thankfully. so I can mostly hear the static from my microphone. I can hear the silence. Funny, isn't it, how we can hear silence? I hear the sound of my voice every time I talk. There's also an interesting sound every time I move, because I'm using earphones. I can hear them moving every time I move my head. And I don't know if there's a fifth sound that I can hear. But you go ahead, focus, and try to listen to what's around you, every single sound, and see if you can find 5 different ones. Sometimes it helps to close your eyes for this one. Close your eyes and focus. Pay attention to what you can hear. The sound of my voice can be one. But the other 4 you have to listen and identify. Once we've done that, we are gonna identify 5 different things that we can feel. Now this can be anything from your body to items around you. Feel the fabric of your clothes. Feel your own weight on the chair or bed that you're in. There are so many things that we don't notice. But right now I want you to bring attention to those things. Like the simple feeling of my feet touching the ground. Being able to switch my weight from one side to the other. And the feeling of my clothes touching my body. The textures that we can feel. So many little details that a lot of the times we don't pay attention to. But right now I'm asking you to bring your attention to those things and feel yourself being grounded and getting back in contact with what's around you. A lot of the times our brains tend to get anxious because we get lost in our own mind, our own thoughts. So the whole idea of this exercise is to bring you back and away from those thoughts. you can do this every single time that you feel like you're losing yourself in a moment. Moments where you feel your heart racing. Take a moment. Breathe. You're okay. Most times our body just wants to get away. It wants to feel safe. Even in very silly situations, we can feel like we're too anxious to function. So this exercise is designed to help you through those moments. I hope it helped right now. Now that we are a bit more connected with the real world, the physical world, we're gonna take a little bit of time just to focus on breathing. We're gonna inhale and exhale slowly. And we're gonna give our body an opportunity to reset, to calm down, to know that we are safe, we're okay at this moment. So together we are going to breathe in, hold, and breathe out. Perfect. We're going to repeat this a few times together. We will inhale, hold for just a couple of seconds, and then exhale. Okay, so we're going to inhale, and again, inhale, and we're just gonna keep repeating this. Slowly inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. You're okay. Make sure you keep breathing steadily and slowly. A lot of the anxiety that we feel comes from our body not being regulated in the present moment. The physical symptoms start getting in the way, and sometimes they can get really difficult to deal with, very overwhelming, very scary. You have to remind yourself that you're okay, you're safe. And if you aren't safe at that moment, if you don't feel it, hopefully you can remove yourself from that situation and find a place where you can feel some comfort. Sometimes we have to remove ourselves from places or people in order to feel peace, and that's okay. We all need some alone time to reconnect or to disconnect. We're all different, but we all need time to rest. So hopefully you can get some sleep because you deserve that. If no one told you recently, I want you to remember that you don't have to earn your rest. You don't have to earn your rest. I'll just repeat that because I think it's a very difficult concept for us to understand sometimes. We tend to feel like we are not enough or we haven't done enough to deserve that rest. But what's enough if not a concept that us as a society created? It's funny when you think about it because it never is enough. There's no limits to being enough because no matter how much you try, no matter how much you work, there's always something that makes you feel like you're not enough. So it makes me think if we shouldn't just stop trying to reach that perfection, stop trying to give ourselves such high standards. We are easily kind to other people, but when it comes to ourselves, it's not as easy to follow those recommendations that we give others. For us, there is never a limit to what is being good enough. So, at least at this moment, I am here to tell you that you are perfect just the way you are right now. And there isn't anything that you need to do to deserve to rest. So please, stop fighting sleep. Allow yourself to disconnect. Allow yourself to relax. It's okay. I know that it's always easier said than done, but I want you to make this effort to remind yourself every night that you've done enough, even if your day just looked like resting or surviving. Sometimes that's all you can do, and that's okay. We constantly think that we need to do more, we need to feel more, we need to love harder, dream bigger, work harder. It's always more and more and more and more. So please remember, it's okay to rest. It's okay. That is my advice for today, I guess. I'm hoping that hearing it from someone else can help your brain accept that it is okay. You're enough. No matter what enough looks like. I even think about the fact that we try so hard to be enough for everybody else when we don't try to be enough for ourselves. So let's make that mental exercise of asking ourselves, what is enough for me? Because it can look really different for everybody. Maybe a productive day for me can look like a very lazy day for you, or the other way around. That goes to show that our realities are so different that that feeling that we keep searching for maybe doesn't exist because the standards are too high. So let's make space for just existing. Maybe I'm repeating myself. However, I want you to listen and hopefully believe, or at least retain some of these concepts that I'm trying to transmit to you. Don't get me wrong, I also struggle every single day like any other person, with self-doubt, not enough confidence, feeling very useless, feeling like a bad friend. There are so many feelings that we constantly have to deal with. And most of them are not easy to carry. But perhaps if we share that load with people around us, it will get easier to move forward. So this video today is all about realizing that we are not alone, and we're all experiencing the same struggles, just at different points in life, I guess. But we've all been there, or we will be. So I don't want this video to feel heavy or anything. If anything, I want it to feel lighter. I want you to feel like you can leave all of your worries, all of your insecurities, your anxiety. We can put it on hold for now, and we can just rest. We can just be in this moment together. Because we're enough. We're okay. We're safe. We know how to ground ourselves. We know how to tell our brain that we are okay. We just need to breathe very slowly but steady. Until our brain finally understands that it is okay. Hopefully you are already fast asleep. All of this rambling will just be in dreamland for you. But if you're still here, I want to thank you for listening and even giving me the space to talk and to share my own experience, my own feelings with you. I always feel very comfortable, even though I'm literally just speaking to a camera. I am highly aware that you are on the other side of the camera, and you all have made me feel safe. So that's why I'm always comfortable to share all of these thoughts that I have in my mind. Breathe. I have to remind myself as well. I'm gonna let you rest, which means that I will probably be rambling for another 10 minutes. I always struggled with saying goodbye. Do not ask me why, but that story is way back in the past. But that goes to explain that I am not the best at saying goodbye. Which is why I just prefer to ramble. I received a comment yesterday that made me think. It was today, actually. There goes another 10 minutes. Someone was talking about how sometimes they can sense my discomfort with silence. Basically, when I'm rambling in my videos, I tend to speak very fast and fill in all of the little gaps so that there aren't any quiet moments, because silence kinda makes me feel uncomfortable sometimes. I don't know if you can relate to that, but I feel almost like a pressure to fill in the space that the silence leaves. And in this video, I'm highly aware of that, and I'm trying not to do that. And I find myself kinda dealing with my own discomfort, but in a way, it feels kinda nice. So maybe I should do it more often. I think this started when I was having a lot of trouble filming because of outside noise. My brain just disconnects quite easily. And I started filling in the silence because that would drown the outside noises. It would basically keep the video going without noticing or without me getting distracted. And that became a very common thing for me to do in my videos. Like sometimes I feel like I'm rushing through my videos, and part of that is my own personality coming through, because I'm usually someone who speaks quite fast and a lot, but also it comes from that place of feeling discomfort and silence. So I did like that comment. I think it was on my Discord, someone. I'm not very good at replying, but thank you for leaving that comment. I think at first I took it personally and I was like, how dare you? And then I sat and thought about it and I was like, they're just stating the truth. Facts. I do not deal well with silence. I think it also makes me slightly anxious because my brain is very busy. I have what my therapist calls running thoughts. meaning that I always have like hundreds of tabs opened in my mind, and all of them are running at the same time with the music in the background. So it's busy in there. And because some of those tabs aren't really easy to deal with and give me anxiety, if I sit in silence for too long, I feel like those tabs just start getting stronger and kind of like popping off and taking space, making me feel uneasy. So I end up filling in with something else to distract myself. Which can be a good thing sometimes, but also dangerous if it becomes a mechanism that almost eliminates my emotions. So I've been working on that with my therapist. I've been working on giving more space to what I feel and allowing myself to experience those emotions, even if they are uncomfortable. Instead of covering those emotions with something else, I need to give them space. I'm sharing this because maybe you have felt this way, or you feel this way, or you experience this. So my current solution that I've been using is giving space to those emotions. Instead of getting busy with something to cover up what I'm feeling, I tried to ask myself some questions, which isn't fun at all. But ask yourself questions like, what am I feeling? Am I sad? Am I frustrated? Am I scared? Am I happy? A lot of the times when we ask ourselves these questions, we get very surprising results. Because, at least for me, the first emotion that would stand out was always anger. I would get very irritated with myself very easily, and with others as well. So I would just think, I'm mad. That was all I could feel. Except that wasn't true. I was actually feeling a lot of other emotions. I just wasn't giving them the space to exist. I first experienced this, and that moment changed my life, quite literally, when I failed my motorcycle exam. I've shared a little bit before, but basically in that moment I was so upset that all I wanted to feel was that rage of failing. I got really upset, but when I asked myself how I truly felt, I found out that I'm gonna try to tell you all of the emotions I felt back then. I was sad. I was proud. I was happy. I was hurt. I was frustrated. I was indeed upset. But as you can see, there are so many emotions in this moment, and they're not all bad. I felt proud of myself for doing the exam because it was such a hard thing to do. I felt so happy about the whole situation. I'm getting emotional. But I felt really happy, especially when I started analyzing all of these emotions and realizing that I can unlock that way of dealing with things. It doesn't have to go straight to feeling upset and that's all. I don't have to put everything in a box and forget about it. And that made me so happy, knowing that my brain had changed. Obviously, this is a coping mechanism that I have, and I still go back to it. But the more I try to ask myself these questions, the more I try to give space to those emotions to exist, the more my brain will start doing that automatically. It will stop putting things in boxes and, forgetting about them. So I guess this is another, not advice, but experience that I wanted to share with you, because if it can help any of you, I would be really happy about that. For me, it was a result of countless therapy sessions and a lot of work. But I know a lot of people do not have access to those kinds of tools, I guess. So if I can share this with you here for free, you bet that's something I'm gonna keep doing. So I realize I've been rambling for an hour. Hopefully that's okay. I think you will be happy with it. But yeah, no black screen today. Sorry. There's some people who don't like the black screen at all. That's fine. Today is just me rambling, so I am gonna leave you and let you sleep because it's been quite a lot of time. Obviously I'm gonna give you a secret code for today, and that is going to be, oh gosh, this is always the hardest part for me. It sounds so simple, but my mind just goes blank and I cannot think of a single emoji. And I always say the exact same emoji a million times. But let's do a house. I don't think I've ever said that one. I think let's do a house. Because this video today is supposed to feel like home. It's supposed to feel like a safe, comfortable space for you to be and exist in. So, what are your thoughts on my soft-spoken videos after this hour? Let me know. I would love to know your opinion, obviously. And thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I will see you next week, as always. And I hope you can rest. And don't forget to keep breathing, okay? Slowly. Alright. Good night. Sleep well. I'll see you soon.